painting from 1940. Unaccredited, it seems. Here's a work by Mert Boermeister. The invasion of the Danish castle in 1222. I've got to be grateful there's some information here, plenty of it in English. Musket balls from later in the medieval times. I've come one floor up. And that lady at the ticket office was right. They do have a big castle. And information in theory is available in English, Finnish and German, but unfortunately somebody forgot to read the sign, put it back. Hey ho. Okay, the lady did offer me an audio guide, and now I'm thinking, did I do the right thing in declining that offer? Because if I had the audio guide, I'm sure they'd be telling me all about the skeleton of this figure that was found. I did make an offer to my Estonian friend Jan when I booked my ticket for the bus and the ferry and the bus and the flight back to Tallinn. But I messaged him because the idea came into my head just after I'd booked those things, got my transport fixed up, and then messaged him, and it was about nearly midnight 2 days ago. Or less than 2 days ago, and yeah, I said, hey, it just occurred to me, maybe you feel like coming on a day trip. And of course, it's midweek. The chap actually works for a living, and it's a bit short notice, and it's just the time when he's probably going to bed. I wonder if that ship ever existed. I'd like to think it did, with that cobra head with the fangs. Yes, so I did mention to my friend Jan, hey, I just done this a little bit spontaneously. Do you feel like coming on a day trip? And yeah, I owe him an apology. I'll write to him and apologise, saying, you know, that was a bit stupid of me, giving you absolutely no time whatsoever to even consider that offer. I should have thought this through, I know. And then said, hey, do you feel like a day trip to Kuressaare, including a flight? It's a little bit different. We could do it perhaps one day that suits you with your work schedule and your other commitments. But like I say, mine was a bit of a spontaneous act, and it was just taking advantage of the great weather, and luckily, from that point of view, the great weather turned out to be the case on the day, which I'm very relieved about. Now, this looks like the kind of, yes, Or maybe the helmet's a bit too small. I was just thinking, that's the kind of armour I could wear. It's about my size. But I'm not sure what the need for this is. Somebody had a bit of a belly? Don't know. Oh no, it's going two ways. What to do? Maybe this is a dead end. Let's see, shall we? Some images of Saaremaa folk, no doubt. Traditional costumes. I feel we're moving into the beginning of the Estonian awakening. By now, the national identity. So it isn't a dead end. Far from it. My goodness. And I've got it in the back of my head that there's that other door which I didn't go through. Hello. Whoops. Something about bunny rabbits here. Yeah, I think my advice would be take the offer of the audio guide if you're made the offer. If it's available in your language, because of course there may well be people visiting who speak something other than English or Estonian or Russian or German. One of the older fire trucks that I've ever seen, if not the oldest, perhaps. Very simple, but I'm sure it did its job in the day. Oh, isn't this a nice buggy? What a lovely globe. Okay, so this is the other little side room I didn't want to forget. So this is good. The exhibition does take you round naturally, because I'm in some museums on occasion and you have to sort of double back on yourself, and I know the museum perhaps is housed in a building which wasn't purpose-built to be a museum, but that can be frustrating when you've got to double back on yourself in order to see all the rooms. Poor me, eh? Complaining on a Wednesday when other people are having to be in the office or at home looking after children or doing all sorts of other things. And here I am, the eternal tourist. Some sweet little costumes. And some very old stonework. And good luck with that. Oh, some old instruments. Here's a man showing how the equivalent of a bagpipe can be played. And just to prove, these people really did wear these clothes. Isn't that fantastic? Look at the hats. Ladies engaged in spinning. Spinning and weaving and carpentry and all sorts. Of a farmhouse room in second half of the 19th century. So Victorian times for British folk. 150 years ago, that would have been your bed, if you were lucky. And if you liked your drink, you were well taken care of there. Or maybe these were the milk dispensing vessels. Some medium-sized cannons. And flipping heck, look at the length. Crikey. How on earth do you keep that balanced on your shoulder? I think the end of the muzzle must have rested on some kind of pole in the ground. But what do I know? Oh, some old stocks. Every village needs some. I wonder where these original statues stood. Or I wonder where these statues originally stood. Gosh, my English sometimes.